was 39 years old. I was 5'5" and 255 pounds. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, trouble with my ankles. I twisted my ankle just walking off of a curb. I hated the way I looked in clothes. I had very little confidence.
I had to go get tested for sleep apnea, and the nurse told me at the end of my testing the next morning that she wasn't supposed to tell me what my results are, that a doctor would read them to me. But she went ahead and told me that I stopped breathing 87 times. I had many health issues. I had high blood pressure, I had back problems, my neck hurt, couldn't hardly walk, and I also slept with a CPAP machine.
Obesity is a huge problem in America today that causes nearly 300,000 deaths per year. And people who are obese can suffer from a host of other related chronic conditions and illnesses that lower their quality of life. That comes at a high cost to the healthcare system, to their families, and to their own self-esteem.
I had the exercise part down, but I couldn't control how much food went into my mouth. I didn't want to end up like my father. When he passed away, was probably over 300 pounds. I didn't want my children to have to go through that. That was scary. That was one of the reasons why I chose to have the surgery.
I tried to lose weight on my own so many times just by, trying to get up and work out, and I would get tired very, very quick, and then I would always put it off to, the next day I'm going to do it, but I actually wouldn't follow through. I tried Weight Watchers probably about 6 or 7 times throughout the years, and then I wouldn't go back because I would gain weight, wouldn't follow the rules and what I'm supposed to do, and I was very embarrassed to go and weigh in showing that I had gained weight and I followed the rules. I've tried Jenny Craig, tried doing it on my own, and it just did not work for me.
Camille and Diana are typical of bariatric surgery candidates who have tried many options before electing to have surgery. Both tried popular weight loss programs multiple times, and both attempted to exercise but found it difficult for their bodies to cooperate.
It's especially difficult for people who are 100 pounds or more above their ideal body weight to lose weight using typical diet and exercise regimens. DeKalb Medical offers great hope to these patients using various surgical weight loss options.
Deciding to have the surgery, I researched it, but it was the last thing that I really would want to do. I wanted it, but it would be the very, very last thing after doing all these bad diets. So the decision was very, very big for me. Dr. Steinberg was referred to me by my primary care physician. After meeting him, I knew that he was the physician that I wanted to do my surgery.
My husband's the one who does all the research. He went online, checked out Dr. Rashid, Dr. Steinberg, DeKalb Medical Center, and was very happy with what he found.
DeKalb Medical's Bariatric Center of Excellence attracts patients from all over the Southeast because of its excellent reputation and the high number of successful bariatric surgeries performed here compared to other facilities. DeKalb Medical offers surgical expertise in gastric bypass, sleeve gastrectomy, and lap band procedures, and performs procedures to fix failed lap band surgeries conducted elsewhere. The center was founded by Dr. Scott Steinberg and the administration at DeKalb Medical.
We are leaders in bariatric surgery, and that's really a result of the institutional commitment to that. It's not haphazard. It wasn't a random thing that occurred. It was really, hard work and commitment from both the administration and physicians at the hospital.
Dr. Rashid was wonderful in helping me not feel like a failure to have to get the surgery. Because I know some people think, well, you're having the surgery, you couldn't hack it the hard way. Sometimes you need a little help. Sometimes you need to have surgery to get your breast reduced because it's causing back injuries. Sometimes you need surgery for other things. I needed surgery to help me lose weight.
We take pride in taking care of the whole patient. Our program is a holistic approach. We take care of the patients before surgery and for the rest of their life after surgery. We offer them diet and nutrition training before we even do the surgery. And every time they come back to the office, we have visits that encompass their exercise habits, their nutritional habits, and their continued weight loss.
Not only are the doctors phenomenal, but the nurses took terrific care of me. They made me feel welcome and safe.
The nurses that take care of my patients have been well educated, they are trained, and that's very reassuring, knowing that the nurses at DeKalb Medical are focused on our patients and know what to look for.
Bariatric surgery is not for the faint of heart. It requires a lot of preparation and hard work. It's a whole lifestyle change. It requires continued work, perseverance, nutritional changes, and exercise. The ideal candidate should have a BMI of at least 35 if they have comorbidities, or BMI of 40 if they have no comorbidities. They should be psychologically and emotionally prepared for the challenges of both the surgical procedure and the progress after.
And just because you have weight loss surgery doesn't mean you'll lose the weight if you don't follow the rules. And I had to actually get it in my head that I was going to follow the rules and I was going to do this. So I would actually go back to my packet every single day and read what I was supposed to do. With having the band and trying to get up and exercise, I actually wanted the weight to be gone like the very next day. And my husband came to me and said, let's go and work out. So we went to Deshaun Park and we walked around the park, and that began my exercising, walking around with the exercise.
Exercise has become an important part of not only my life, but of my family's life as well. My exercise routine has changed. I used to hate to sweat, hated sweating. Now I love to sweat.
I went from frying 3 times a week to eating steamed, baked, and grilled fish, chicken, and vegetables all throughout the week. I went from not working out at all to working out 6 days a week.
Our outcomes are phenomenal at this hospital. The weight loss that we see with our patients exceeds national averages. The complication rates are much lower than national averages. And patients that come through our program will have a lifetime of success as far as resolution of comorbidities and maintenance of weight reduction.
I remember going to an appointment and I was getting my BMI checked. And one of the physicians that told me, she was like, do you know where your BMI is? Your BMI is 51. It's like half of you is fat. I was 3 times the size as I wanted to be, but now I'm the size that I want to be. I lost 120 pounds from the surgery.
I am 5'5", and before the surgery I weighed 255 pounds, and now I'm at approximately 163 pounds. It's been about 2.5 years since I had the surgery, and I've kept most of it off. I've gained about 5 pounds, but I think that's mainly due to muscle gain instead of weight.
I researched having weight loss surgery. I started researching in 2005, and I knew that I would have to save up for it because, you know, it's a big surgery, a big deal, and it costs a lot of money.
It's very important that patients make sure that each facility is a center of excellence and research their surgeons. You want to make sure that they have done adequate numbers of cases. You would be interested to know what each center's complication and mortality rate is, and what their success is for weight loss and keeping that weight off for each patient.
I was going to do it. I was going to show these people. I was going to show myself. I was determined. And once I looked and I started getting results, I liked the results that I was getting. So it made me want to work out a little bit more so I can do it a little bit better. But from the first time looking at the mirror and being sad to now I look in the mirror every day, walking by a storefront, and you see your shadow and you're like, boy, is that me? So motivating.
It inspires me to see patients who do well after surgery, which are really the majority of our patients. This is what gives me the motivation to keep coming back and doing this every day. To see patients coming off their medications, feeling better, and sometimes even being able to get out of their wheelchairs and walk for the first time in years is inspirational. I love it.
Dr. Steinberg has a group of girls. It's a group of us that we're called the Atlanta Hotties. Dr. Steinberg has done us proud. We love talking about him. We love representing the Atlanta area. We are on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube, videos of us, our before and our after, our transition all the way through.
There are times when I see myself in the mirror and I think, who is that? I'm not that thin. One of the best compliments I've ever gotten, I go to Vegas with my girlfriends every year, and on the flight home, I was getting on the plane and it was Southwest, random seating. Walking down the aisle and there was a woman sitting on the end, and there was a seat in the middle, and she said, looked at me and she said, oh, you're tiny, you can sit here. And so I put my stuff up there and I sat next to her. That was the best compliment I'd had in a long time for this woman. Oh, you're tiny.
I recommend DeKalb Medical's Bariatric Center to everyone. That's the first name that comes out of my mouth.
I definitely recommend DeKalb Medical's Bariatric Center for anyone who's considering having bariatric surgery. I had a phenomenal experience there.